Hi there, and welcome to another Fraud Watch Friday. This one's for December 2023, and I'm Santa Claus, and I will be your Fraud Watch presenter today. But no, I'm not really Santa Claus. I'm John Morser. I'm your Fraud Watch volunteer for Kansas and Missouri, and what we're going to talk about today is holiday scams, because that, my friends, was a holiday scam. But before we get started, I want to remind everyone that you can find more information on the things I talk about today and a host of other fraud and scam issues at aarp.org/FraudWatch Network, or by calling the AARP Fraud Helpline at 877-908-3360. So holiday scams, how big of a problem is it? Well, over 80% of people surveyed in this year's AARP Fraud Watch Network report reported being the target of some type of holiday scam in their lifetime. So it's a big problem, and you need to be vigilant and you need to watch out for yourself. So what are the biggest holiday scams going on right now? Well, there's online shopping scams that include spoofed websites and social media solicitations. And there's fake charities out there asking for your money, and there's fraudulent shipping notifications. That's the biggest growing one. You get a notification that there's a problem with a package, and it's the holidays, so you certainly want that package. So you click on it, and then you're in a whole lot of danger. And there's the old tried and true gift card scams. So let's start out with holiday shopping scams, online shopping. Over a third of online shoppers surveyed have experienced some kind of online shopping fraud. So the best advice we can give to everyone is to never, ever, ever click on a link in an email solicitation, a social media solicitation, or a text solicitation. Now, maybe that's a little bit unrealistic, because even I break down and click on some links sometimes when I'm just absolutely sure it's legit. So let me go over a few tips and pointers on how to protect yourself. If you see an email or a social media solicitation or a text, and it just happens to be that perfect gift that you've been looking all over for, but it was always too expensive, and now, it's a third of the price. Well, that's tip number one. If the price looks too good to be true, just run away. You're probably not getting a deal. The second one is, at the very least, look at the from line in your email if it's an email solicitation, and make sure that that email address up there actually has a domain name that refers somewhat to the company you think you're getting the email from. If it's not, delete it. Also, when there is a link in an email or a text or on a social media site, go ahead and hover over it and look at the URL. That's the internet address that it's going to take you to. And if it doesn't look right, or you're not 100% sure, don't click on it. All of that said, you don't have to click on any links at all, because if you think you got a solicitation from Walmart, you can go to the Walmart website and look for that same deal. And if it's not there, then the email was probably a scam. And on Facebook, it's a little trickier, but you can really look up the person, the solicitor, on the internet and try to find out something about them. Now, I was scammed on Facebook once. I was trying to replace the turntable on my stereo system, because I've been digitizing my vinyl records, and I knew which turntable I wanted, but it was like $300. And then all of a sudden on Facebook, there was this solicitation, and I could get the same turntable for $76. And I tried to look them up online. I couldn't find anything about this company, but I thought, it's $76. So I bought it. It never came. Luckily, I paid for it using PayPal, and I told PayPal I never got the stuff, and they gave me my money back. So that's the last tip, is if you're going to do online shopping, use a credit card or use PayPal, because I know that those two, you can usually get refunded for any fraudulent charges that are on your statements. Debit card or paying through your routing number and your checking account, very dangerous. avoid it at all costs. So that's online shopping scams. Well, the last thing I want to say as far as they go is there are some real tech savvy scammers out there that can what we call spoof the email address. So it looks like it's coming from target.com and can spoof the link that you're going to and even make up websites that look very similar to the websites that you know and trust. But throughout the process, be on the lookout for any misspelled words or poor grammar in any of the solicitations or anything you're looking at. It might be a spoofed website. And if you get the creeps, start over again, look up the company's legitimate website and go there. Package delivery notifications. Well, here's another one. In 2022, only 30% of people surveyed reported getting a package delivery problem notification. And in 2023, that's up to over 50%. So at this point, that's the fastest growing fraud out there. And what they're trying to do is have you look at it and go, I have a package coming. And then you click on it and they ask for personal information. They may even ask you to pay a small fee to get the package finally delivered. And then they've got your credit card number. Most of them are phishing scams and they just want your information to put it out there on the dark web so they can sell it. Personally, if I see a package delivery problem notification, I just delete them because I've had package delivery problems before and I've never gotten a legitimate email like that. I just go to the website that I'm expecting to ship me the stuff like UPS or FedEx or something, put in the tracking number and look where your package is. If you think it's coming from a relative, call them and ask them to track the package. Just don't click on the email or the text because then you're in a morass of scammer land and you don't really want to play there. We'll also talk about fake charities. Charities come at you from all angles. They show up on your doorstep. They show up in your snail mail on pieces of paper. They call you on the phone. They're in your email and they're in social media. So how do you know? How do you know? Well, if you're going to donate to any new charity you've never donated to before, there are resources online, charitynavigator.org and charitywatch.org, where you can put the name of that charity in and get a report on them. And you can also just go to Google sometimes and put in the charity's name and say, is such and such a charity actually legit? Like if you typed in, is John Plays Santa Claus a legitimate charity to give money to? Google would tell you that I'm not. So if you're going to donate to any charity, do it with a credit card. Don't always do it through the solicitation. The best idea is if you think that this particular charity is worth giving money to, find their website, read more about them, research them, then make your donation, use a credit card. Don't give them your routing number for your bank account. Don't use your debit card, and you'll be pretty safe. So we've gone down all of those. And the last thing I want to talk about is gift cards. The biggest, well, first of all, in any of these other scenarios, if a charity or an online shopping site or anyone ever asks you to pay for something by buying a gift card, it's a scam. That it's absolutely a scam. Same with cryptocurrency. If they say, well, you have to use cryptocurrency to donate to us or to buy on this website, it's a scam. Don't go there. Just run away. Gift card scams are the most prevalent one is scammers going into department stores where they have these huge racks of gift cards. And they'll pull some gift cards off the rack and find a quiet corner somewhere and scrape the little thing off the back and take pictures of all the PIN numbers. And then they can like cover them back up with a little piece of whiteout tape or something like that. And then they go home and they monitor these cards. And when someone purchases them, they immediately go out and use the card. So you may have bought a $500 gift card for little Angelina, your grandchild, and then she's going to get to the store she's shopping at and she's going to have $500 worth of clothes, and she's going to come up to the cash register all proud with her grandparents' gift card, and they're going to say, there's no money on this card because the scammer has cleaned it out. So the best thing that you can do to prevent anything like that is buy your gift cards online. If you can't do that, just be very careful when you're in the store. Look at the back of the card. Make sure what's covering up the number on the back. First, make sure something's covering up the number on the back. Secondly, make sure that if there is something covering it up, it looks like the original covering and somebody just didn't like black over it or put some white out over it or something like that. So that's it. Keep yourself safe this holiday season. Avoid holiday scams. And let me remind you that we're always looking for more Fraud Watch volunteers, and we're always looking for more places to go to give Fraud Watch presentations. So if you're interested in either of these, you can email us at ksaarp@aarp.org or call our local office on the phone at 866-448-3619 and tell them that you want me or Santa Claus to come out and give your group a Fraud Watch presentation. It'll be well worth your while. So always remember and never forget that if you can spot a scammer, you can stop a scammer. Have a great holiday season, everybody, and we'll talk to you more next month.